Hey everybody, wanted to talk about Apple stock today. A little bit of an evaluation on a stock that Warren Buffett owns, about 46%, by the way, of the entire Berkshire Hathaway portfolio is Apple, quite a bit, and a really good stock instead of some of these stocks that I've been talking about that are unprofitable, okay? And so let's see here. I'm on Yahoo Finance on the main page for Apple. And well, right off the bat, it's hard not to notice it says overvalued, which, yeah, it probably is. I mean, look, just because Warren Buffett owns it doesn't mean you should run out and buy it. Remember, he bought it at a different price, a lower price, okay? And most of it he bought years ago, but still, wonderful company, wonderful outlook. So let's see here. So it's right off the bat, I noticed P/E ratio of 25. I think that's a little high, even for a technology company, which tend to run higher. Earnings per share, 5.89. All right, that's wonderful. It's profitable. Check this out. Dividend yield of 0.60. That's pretty chintzy. To be the biggest company in the world, worth, let's see what it says here, $2.37 trillion. That's a pretty chintzy dividend. But nevertheless, dividends are here nor there for some people, so. But, the first thing you notice is it says overvalued, which, I believe it is. So let's go to the section where it says statistics. I love to see that. And what do we got? I got a trailing PE of 26.10, and of course the forward PE of 25.84. Okay, so let's see, profit margin. Check this out. 24.56%. Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. Operating margin, 29.41%. Okay, here we go. A company that makes some money. Remember, most stocks you're probably not going to want to touch. There's so many stocks out there that just don't make, they're not profitable. Even if they have revenue, are they profitable? Money's coming in. Right, but how much does it cost them to run the company? More than the revenue? Well, then they're not profitable. So, this is very profitable. So, what do we got? Return on assets, over 19%. Return on equity, 147%. Okay, I like to look at this too. Total cash, check this out, 51 billion. Total debt, 111 billion. Okay. Operating cash flow, 109 billion. Levered free cash flow, 84 billion. And I love to see that. I don't want to see, on those areas I just mentioned, I don't want to see no negatives. All right, I don't want to see any negatives, man. I mean, not that it would completely stop me from buying the stock, but what number one is going to be, to me, just about is profit margin and operating margin. And I like to see that a positive levered free cash flow and operating cash flow too. That's a big thing for me. And that they're not in too much debt. Let's go to where it says dividends and splits and look at the payout ratio. Okay, 15.5%. Well, I'm not surprised because their dividend is so chintzy. That's the payout ratio, of course. I'm sure most of you know, but in case you don't, payout ratio is how much of the company's profits they're paying out, to pay you that dividend. And so, Now, would the dividend alone cause me to buy Apple? No, because it's chintzy. It's very small. But still, it's a dividend and it's a wonderful company. So, hey, to me, it is just a bonus, right? Would I buy Apple now? That's a good question. That's a good one. And I'm going to say not much. I wouldn't buy much. I think it's overvalued. But you got to remember something. Some of these overvalued companies and these tech companies and these really big money-making companies, sometimes they run hot. Sometimes for years and years and years. In other words, they could stay overvalued. And then you're saying to yourself, well, do I not buy it because it's overvalued now and forever? My answer, buy a little bit. Just buy a little bit to scratch that itch. Buy a little bit. And then, put it on a watch list and wait till it comes down to what you feel comfortable paying, right? But yeah, it looks overvalued to me. But, if you really have to have some, would I buy some? Yes, but just a little bit, So, I wouldn't make it half of my portfolio, I'll tell you that. I mean, really, at this stage, it'd be an Apple, I'd make it more than like 1%, maybe if you had to buy some, but not more than 5%, maybe of your portfolio, something like that. So, that's that's that. Now let's go from statistics to I don't need to go to financials. I already know they're profitable. Let's go to analysis. I really like this this Yahoo Financial page. Like I said, for a simple cursory look, it's wonderful. And like I said, you can knock out most stocks just by looking at this page that you don't want to buy. Now, if you do want to buy it and you don't know much about Apple, then you would want to look at this and then go deeper. You just want to buy it looking at just the Yahoo Finance page. You'd want to go deeper. But like I said before, Seeking Alpha, stock analysis, which is wonderful, because that'll tell you things like a dilution. If you're getting dilution, if they're putting out more shares out there. So, those things are very important, okay? But, if you want to say no to a stock, yeah, this is the place. It's real simple, at least for me. So let's see what we got going on. Earnings estimates, revenue estimate, sales growth for 2024, 6.7%. For this year, negative 1.50%. But check this out. The average estimate of the revenue, $388 billion, and the low estimate for 2023, the average is 388, and for next year, even the low is 397. So good grief, so much money. Hard to believe, right? So much money. But yeah, next year 6.7%. That is decent. And the earnings estimate for an average for this year 5.97, and then for next year, 6.58. So it looks good. It looks really good. I don't think I'm not going to buy any right now. I'm sure that I already own some, but I'm not going to buy any right now anymore. Because like I said, remember, I'm not a big fan of separate stocks, even though this is Apple. I'm huge on ETFs. I love ETFs, okay? All different kinds, and we're going to get into, all kinds of those. What I own, what I want to own but don't own, and everything. So, that's it for Apple, okay? So, thank you so much for being here. Bless every single one of you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.